Senator Champion, we will start with you. Senate File 3119.
Thank you so very much, Madam Chair, and I understand that you have a very robust calendar today, so we're going to be really brief. I want to first of all call your attention to a handout that's in your packet from for Urban Homeworks, and it will give you a lot of information. Following my brief words, we will also have testimony from the Executive Director of Urban Homeworks, and then after she testifies, and I have two testifiers for the amendment that you should all have also in your packet. So let me set. We are aware that Minnesota has one of the worst disparities in the nation in home ownership rates between BIPOC families and their white counterparts. I won't spend time discussing what you already know. However, I want to take the time to highlight why Urban Homeworks is a great entity to support. They've been together, or they've been in existence for 27 years. They're a solid social justice organization that started in 1995 as a way to, as a volunteer-driven effort to reclaim and create dignified housing, and has grown into a fully staffed organization that owns, develops, manages, and sells affordable housing while maintaining trusted ties to the community through leadership development, volunteer opportunities, and tenant organization. What Urban Homework does in real estate, they own, manage all the things I've talked about. They have roughly 136 units and 48 buildings across Minneapolis and St. Paul. 75% of their properties are in North Minneapolis, 22% in 22% in North and in North Minneapolis and South, and 3% in St. Paul. Purchases are often identified through the community and preserved and rehabbed through volunteers. They've acquired a number of newly development properties or units, roughly 120 for affordable sale. And they've done just an incredible job of understanding the importance of housing and affordable housing, just to say the least. So we're asking for this appropriation, and we will stand for questions after the Executive Director takes 2 minutes in order to provide testimony. And with that, I would ask that you allow AsaleSol Young, the Executive Director of Urban Works, to speak. And she can correct me because I always mess up her name.
Thank you so much, Senator Champion, for that introduction. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Young. Please introduce yourself for the record and then present your testimony.
Absolutely. My name is AsaleSol Young. I'm the Executive Director of Urban Homeworks, and I am grateful for your time today. So we are seeking a direct appropriation for $10 million to expand initiatives pertaining to deeply affordable homeownership in Minneapolis communities with over 40% of residents identifying as BIPOC and nearly half of residents identifying making less than 50% of the area median income. This request is specifically for gap funding to provide the financing gaps between the fair market value of a home and the affordability price required for a 50 to 60% AMI buyer, as well as the value gap for fair market value of a home and the total project cost. Why gap funding? Gap funding, as you all know, the gaps have risen exponentially, both from just general rising costs of inflation, competition from outside investors have all driven up the price of homes, as well as contributed to the lack of supply of affordable homes for owner occupancy. Public funding for home ownership has increased as well, and we are grateful for that. Thank you. But no one funder will cover an entire gap. That leaves an affordable housing developer like Urban Homeworks spending 1 to 2 years seeking funding opportunities. Just as an example, if we were to apply for funding today, a home might not go to sale until 2027. Most developers, because of this, are focusing on 80 to 150%, 115% of the area median income. While this increases production, it completely misses our target population and any low median income home buyers. For example, in a place like North Minneapolis, where the AMI ranges from 40 to 60%, the average resident is not able to purchase an affordable home. So, I mean, essentially, I'm short on time, so I will wrap it up. Thank you for that reminder. We envision that we'll be able to develop around 30 additional homes with that $10 million appropriation. Thank you so much.
And just so that we're also clear, Madam Chair, Urban Homeworks has shown financial growth and stability with new executive leadership and has proven their ability to steward a multi-million-dollar portfolio. So if you look in that packet, strictly at pages or slides 4 and 5, you will also see that information. So we think that's important so that if there's any doubt about their ability and what they've done, they have a track record. And with that, Madam Chair, we'll stand for any questions before we go to the amendment.